Today we're riding the IPS 191, also known as the Lhotz. We'll be going out to Old Sulphur Springs Road today, eventually. First, we're going to stop at the library office for a brief errand. Here we are at the West Gate. Where I usually go in when I'm heading to the library office. Let's see how long it takes. We'll use a departure time of 3:05. I'm going to stop here, I think, and adjust my foot position a little bit. Okay. This is White Oak Drive. BJU campus on the left. We'll be turning at East North Street. Behind the fence to our left is the cleared area where trees were taken out over the summer. Actually, the work was finished just as summer was beginning. These very small plantings are where we'll be crossing the street. It's unusual to be able to ride across that intersection we just crossed. For one thing, the light takes so long to change. As you can see, I'm kind of weaving around here to avoid that truck that's coming in the parking lot. And that intersection back there is so busy that most of the time it's just safer to walk across. That might be the first time ever that I was able to ride across. Now we're on Pelham. It's a climb almost non-stop from here to where we turn. The wheel doesn't struggle much, even though it's a very sustained climb. Some of these bushes are overdue to be trimmed. Not very friendly for EUC riders. Those utility covers in the sidewalk really make hard bumps. But most of the time I just roll straight over them instead of trying to pass by on the very narrow strip between them and the edge of the sidewalk. The first ones we passed today, I actually did that. I don't always do that. It's a little tricky, so most of the time I don't. I don't want to take the risk of running off the edge of the sidewalk. So I just go straight over them and take the bump. And we're still climbing on Pelham. Our turn is at the crest. Where the sidewalk changes color right there is a repair of a damaged spot that was damaged for months. Glad they finally fixed that. There's another section up here. Still hasn't been repaired. So usually I roll the wheel over this area. It's a little bit more of a challenge than I care to take on, trying to ride over that severely damaged section of the sidewalk. You might be able to tell we're approaching the crest of this hill. This means our turn is approaching. Not this one. It's the next one. Whoops. No, still one after this. The La Quinta Motel is there on our right. Here's we turn. Is Orchard Park? Yes. West Orchard Park. Hyatt Place on our left was for many years the AmeriSuites. Hilton straight ahead. La Quinta on the right. like this section of the trip. There's a nice bike lane. Easy downhill glide. And soon on our right we'll be seeing, now see this driver is being very kind to me, letting me pass. You never know what a car might do at an intersection like that. You have to be very alert. Stax Omega has a lot of business today, as is typical at this time on a Sunday. Down at the bottom of the hill here is the post office. The bike lane ends at this corner. Light changed against us, so we'll go around this way. And we need to roll just a little piece here until we can enter the Patewood area sidewalk. This is the Patewood Medical Campus, all kinds of doctors' offices and medical facilities. Most of them appear to be part of the Greenville hospital system, but there are facilities in here that are part of the St. Francis system as well. I really like the sidewalks in through here. I wish these could be available for the entire journey. I really enjoy riding on these sidewalks. They have the trees, nice trees planted on both sides. It's just really nice. I usually cross here because I'll be turning left at the other side of the bridge, and this way I'm already on the left side. There's a bad sidewalk bump down here that I usually don't try to ride over, although I believe the Lhotz could definitely handle it. Now we're approaching the overpass that goes over 385. We'll be turning left here, as I mentioned, at Congaree. Sidewalk ends here. And there's a sidewalk on both sides of the street here, but I usually prefer this one. It's a little smoother. So even when I'm coming in the opposite direction, most of the time I still Well, no, I have to correct myself. Even though I do prefer this sidewalk on this side of the street, when I'm coming in the opposite direction, I usually will go ahead and ride on the other side. When doing the trip that we're doing today, and making that return trip, I actually do start on this side of the street for a while, but it has nothing to do with the quality of the sidewalk. It's just because it's very hard to cross. And so I'll come down here to a point that I'll show you when we make that return trip on this side, and then cross over to the other side at a point which I'll show you that I usually find much easier for crossing. Okay, and usually if I see a bike coming, I'll just yield to the bike. Hi. I try to be courteous and not annoying to people as I ride, so that they hopefully will have a favorable opinion of EUCs and their riders. There's Dick Smith on the left. Selling Mitsubishi and Hyundai. My prediction is that his Hyundai sales far exceed his Mitsubishi sales. Although I've noticed Mitsubishi is campaigning hard right now to get the attention of American buyers. Only time will tell whether their sales start to go up. Next turning, this is the Jeff Lynch Appliance Center. To get over to Old Sulphur Spring, the way to do it if you're on an EUC, you don't want to go on Roper Mountain, which is out on the perimeter of this parking lot. It's just, there's just too much traffic, and virtually no space for EUC. To our left is where Roper Mountain would be. So if you were in a car, you'd go on the road that's to our left and turn right at the corner. But for an EUC, I definitely recommend going through the Jeff Lynch parking lot. Much safer and easier, far easier too. Now straight ahead where this where we're about to cross is Woodruff. And most of the time I carry the wheel across. In fact, really most intersections I carry my wheel. I just think it's safer most of the time. I just think if something unexpected happens, you can be aware of it better and react to it more effectively if you're carrying rather than riding. Now this is Old Sulphur Springs Road. This is another one of those segments of the trip where I say, I wish the whole trip could be like this. It's a nice, quiet, peaceful road. Flat. Just an enjoyable place to ride. Now if we were to go all the way to the, well, we're going all the way to the end of this. If we were to cross the street at the end of this road, we'd be going towards the Cascades entrance. You know, it would be fun to go on the Cascades. I talked before about possibly trying to do that. It's a beautiful day. It would be just a great opportunity to get some footage. Oh. You might wonder why in the world I stopped here. It's because I'm trying something new today. I'm going to try swapping cameras here. I'll give you in the at the end or in the notes on YouTube which cameras these are. This one is probably nearing the end of its battery life, so I'm going to switch it. Okay, I see that it is still recording. There's our Lhotz down there. So we're paused here just short of the entrance to the Cascades, and I should check and see what the battery meter says. It's very hard to see it in this sunny glare, but maybe I can read it. Actually, I have better battery life remaining than I thought, but I just want to be sure, absolutely sure, it doesn't run out prematurely. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this now, and we'll continue with the backup cam. Okay, so I'll see you in a couple minutes after we make the switch.